to the Summerhill Pyramid. This fused frame pyramid, with its absolute precision and its alignment, is perhaps second only to the Great Pyramid. To go within, take a few moments to close your eyes and let go of all thoughts and be the receiver. Steve Seitz. So there it is. Steve Seitz, owner of Summerhill Winery, okay, doesn't just have the best organic wine in the world. He created a pyramid so to ferment that wine and to bring the best out of it. So I want you to join me up these stairs where I will bring the best out of you, because guess what? This is the turning point. Welcome back, everyone, to the Doc of Detox live Q&A, and this is Tuesday. So yesterday we came on, but somehow, somewhere, something decided we weren't coming on yesterday, okay? But we're here today, and we'll see if we can make it all the way through. I hope you enjoyed that little video I just did about the pyramid. Now, that pyramid is on the other side of the water from me. We have a big lake just in front of us, and that's on the other side of the water. So you go over the bridge and around. So anybody that lives in the Okanagan Valley or even Vancouver or Calgary, if you can get yourself here by next Sunday, this coming Sunday, that is, October the 18th, by 12:30, you let me know. You call my office, and guess what we've done? We decided that we're going to give a gift to everybody that lives in the area or that can come here to come and watch. The game is rigged, but we can win together. And I have 50 tickets. We had 30, but we just opened 20 more seats because we saw that we had 20 more chairs that we could fit in. How's that? So if you'd like to come and be part of this, you're going to be able to come up into an authentic pyramid. It's made out of marble, okay? It's really quite cool. And you're going to see me do my thing. Now, anybody else who can't make it, you can go to turningpoint2020.online, and you can pay $5 as a donation to the World Organization of Natural Medicine, and then you'll be able to be with all the night lectures from Monday to Friday. If you pay $97 and then use the code Doc of Detox, we'll take $20 off of that for you, and you'll pay around $80, and then you'll be able to go with all the trainings that are happening on the weekend before and the weekend after, plus all the lectures. Now, for those of you who can come live to me, you pay $0. Like I said, that's my gift to you. Now, I'd like to move on a little bit. So here's the deal. So I was told that California may be shutting down today. Now, we know that Toronto's shutting down in Canada. We know California may be shutting down, and there's other places that are threatening. Here's the deal. Are you scared? How scared are you? And the reality is, guess what? These people that are doing this and pulling this huge fraud, they actually go, if we do this, how scared do they get? If they don't get scared, then we've got to do something else, or that's not working. You got to understand something. For the Illuminati, they're like way behind. You know, they were hoping to have the one world order here. They were hoping to have the digital currency in already. They were hoping to have everybody chipped. They were hoping to have the population decreased a lot more than, okay, because they believe that they're the gods of this planet. So being the gods of this planet, they believe they created us and they have the right to, you know, I'll leave your imagination to you. But the reality is, the most powerful weapon you'll ever have in the world is totally loving and honoring, respecting yourself, getting rid of guilt, getting rid of fear, And as long as they see you're scared, then they're going, this works, this works. Think about it. Were you ever like a bully? Did you ever like love power over people? I can remember there was times in my life that I was like this. And I could see that if I scare people, I could overpower them. And you know what? There was a certain time in my life when I actually believed when I was younger that was the only way I could get anything, was to overpower people, use fear, use scare tactics. Well, why wouldn't I? My parents used them. The government uses them. The medical system uses them. Every system out there uses them. And the elite, they wrote the book on it. Scare the crap out of you. Now you can't think. Now your adrenaline system's totally turned on. Your immune system's totally turned off. So now you need pharmaceutical drugs to calm yourself down because you don't know how to deal with fear. Who in the hell does? So if you're not in the present moment and you don't own the moment, and you don't own your smile, you don't own your breath, you own nothing. They own you. So then you're going to buy into the whole prescription drugs thing because guess what? I get it. Nobody can live in fear, okay, and terror for longer than 5 minutes without them destroying their body. Because guess what? Whether there's a real tiger or a paper tiger, you're still having the same effects. So now you got to do the drugs to numb yourself down, but you were doing the drugs anyways. They're in your food, they're in your water, they're in your air. But now you really give me something, doc, to shut me down, to shut my brain down so I don't think. Oh, really? Okay, I can do that. So now that you no longer think, you're in the drink, okay? So the reality is we've got most of the population in America like that. We know that, okay, ready for this? Americans, it fluctuates, but United States eats 60% of all the prescription drugs made in the world. So we know that they may not be thinking straight right now. Okay? Understand Canada's part of that too. But the reality is then you go from the drugs, then you cut off your gut-brain connection. So you may not feel the pain, you may not feel the inflammation, but it's still going on. Why do you think that you end up going to surgery and you got to cut out tumors and scar tissue and you've got displaced calcium? So drugs, surgery, drugs, surgery, drugs, surgery. They don't really care. You have to understand something. The elite that own everything, because think about it. Not you maybe, but the majority of the population actually thinks that medical care is health care. So that means that cut, poison, and burn is, well, yeah, cut, poison, and burn would be what somebody would consider health care if they hated themselves, right? Because you got to hate yourself to say, I'm going to poison myself, I'm going to cut myself, and then I'm going to take a torch and burn myself. So in reality, then you're going to go, that's not true. I don't hate myself. Yeah, but you don't love yourself, because if you truly loved yourself, you would know that the things like cut, poison, and burn, okay, are not real good for you, like they're killing you. Why would you want to kill your body? Well, because you've been raised to believe you're unworthy. You're not worth much. Okay, who would love you anyways? It's just like how they've got you thinking that symptoms in your body are terrible. So you try to shut the symptoms down, which means you shut yourself down. When symptoms is your body going, I love you. Can we just communicate here? Can you just listen to me so that we can negotiate that you're not going to continually allow them to scare you, to dump the adrenaline into your body, to create the fire that's burning up your tissues? Because now we've got issues in our tissues. Can you just get your Braveheart on? Can you stop getting so depressed that you go and you eat a gallon of ice cream, a big bag of chips, GMOs? Can you just stop it? Can you stop pounding the sugar into your body? And understand, if I don't scream at you, which means give you a headache, make you feel nauseous, want to throw up, get you constipated, give you diarrhea, give you fever, then that means that, guess what? You will die. If I don't create an alarm system to say that I love you, and all you want to do is shut me down. So for your body, that's called a disease. That's what you're going to get if you tell your body to shut the hell up. And with your wife or your husband, you're going to get a divorce because it doesn't work really well, does it, in relationships? And the most important relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. So until you can totally honor, respect, and love yourself, they're going to scare the crap out of you because you don't believe that you belong here. But we've helped these elite psychos believe that they are our gods because we're actually not taking our life back when we can't stay in the present moment, when we can't look after our body and heal ourselves. Oh, please heal me. Great doctor. Dr. Wolfe, please. Listen, you don't want to come to me continually for treatments. You don't want to go to anybody for treatments because that's mistreatment. The day that you learn how to master your mind, you'll master your body. And that brings me to something. With the Turning Point, I will be doing a lecture, and I can't remember if it's on Tuesday or Thursday, but I'll be back to tell you. It's on Tuesday or Thursday of next week, and that's where you pay the $5. And I'm doing where the mind goes, the body must follow. Okay, so if your mind is terrorizing, then if your mind's being terrorized, then you will terrorize your body. So I know that what I need to do is the greatest gift that I can give my family is no matter what goes on today, even if a bomb goes off, I'll stay perfectly calm. And if everybody's losing it, I will go hug everyone, stay connected to my breath, and say, what is our next move here? Can we take action? Can we make a difference? Let's not have a reaction. So you don't realize it, but you've never been awake. Not you. When I say you, I don't mean you, and you. I mean most of the population. You don't know you're asleep until you wake up. And the majority of the population is asleep because they're so terrorized, they won't even take a look at science. They've bought into the end of the world scenario. This is not even a pandemic. Colds and flus have been around forever. People, when they die, they're not dying from COVID. COVID was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, come on, people wearing masks in cars and children wearing masks, healthy children cutting off their oxygen. They're not bad parents. They're just parents that are so freaked out they can't think. And when you no longer have common sense and you can't be in the present moment, then everybody suffers around you. So anyways, I really believe that COVID's just around the corner, and it's not COVID. Their next plan. You got to understand that these elite, they really believe that they are gods and that they will get their way. I mean, because let's take one example. We know that 5G will just give you a 20-second quicker download with a Disney movie, whoop-de-doo, but it will blind you, sterilize you, okay? It will destroy the bacteria in your body. It'll totally burn out your nervous system. It is a weapon of war. And what are they saying? You're going, no, we don't want it. And they're going, just ignore them. Ignore them. You know what? They've got some bark, but no bite. They don't even love themselves. Anybody that would love themselves wouldn't even allow it to happen. Look at the stuff that they've allowed. They'll just let us make GMOs. They'll buy it. They buy all the garbage junk food that we make, and we make it as cheap as possible, so they'll fill themselves up, so that they'll make themselves sick, so that they'll eat our pharmaceuticals, that then they'll take the surgeries, and then we'll put the implants into them, and by the time that we're done with them, we'll have taken all their money, and then they'll be dead. Just know that I love you guys, and I really mean that. And the greatest thing that I would ever see is when a person says, you know what? My God, Dr. Wolfe is right. Why wouldn't I totally love myself? Wait a minute. There's my subconscious. Because I'm unworthy and I was a bad boy. I was a bad girl. Because I don't meet everybody's approval. Oh, because I take things personal. You see how we set ourselves up? You got to understand something. I love you all, but I don't care what you think of me. I don't care if you like me. You don't have to like me for me not to love you. And I realized that a long time ago that, if you don't like me, what, I should not like you? No, I love you. I have to. Because that's the dishonoring that you do of yourself when you actually hate people. You can't hate another without hating yourself. You can't love yourself without loving. You can't unconditionally totally love yourself without loving everyone. You may not like a person's beliefs. Hey, like I like a lot of the beliefs that are going on now. I don't like them. But then I don't focus on them. I focus on my own beliefs because this is my game, okay? I came down here to planet Earth realizing that it was a fun-filled, life-threatening adventure, and I'm going to play it like a Braveheart hero. If you truly believe that you were eternal, you would want to play every game to its fullest ability. Do you believe that you're going to win today? Do you believe that you're going to win? Now, when I say win today, at the end of the day, you're going to look back and go, wow, I held the line. I held the loving line for myself and my family, and I said no to poison. I said no to poison on all levels, emotional, physical, nutritional, everything. I said no to poisonous food, water, air, people, everything. I just said no. Lovingly, no. And you know what? No, I don't want to do it. No, don't believe you. Okay, you want to do that? You do that. Oh, really? The end of the world's coming? Oh, well, do you mind if I just sit here and have fun with myself? And when the end of the world doesn't come, I'll keep having fun with myself. So how many times a day do you need to die? How many times today have you died already? But here's the deal. We never do die. I got this physical body, and this is my vehicle. And you know what? Most people will look after their cars more than they look after their bodies. I mean, the guy will walk out of it, try to get out of his car, and he can't get himself out because his core is on the floor. Okay, his gut's sticking out like he's 3 to 6 months pregnant, but his car is this big, shiny new Mercedes because guess what? He sees himself as that. So is your focus on money right now? Is your focus on feeding your spirit? Is your focus on creating smiles throughout the house and throughout the home and with your family? Okay? And are you deciding and making decisions that you're not going to do things that are somebody tells you that are stupid? You know what? If I get $1 million in fines in this next COVID, okay, I'll let you know how it goes. But I don't mind. I'll just build them up for $1 million. Because the one thing that I know that I need to do in this lifetime is I need to honor myself and to listen to bullshit, okay, lies, okay, and just run around scared. I'm dishonoring myself. I'm not going to live here. I'm not going to live here doing that. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. No matter how long I live, I am going to live. There are people that are alive that aren't even living. So understand something. You need to think outside the box. So with this next COVID, that's going to happen because we let it happen, okay? I am going to think outside the box and make sure that I recreate my clinic, my school, and the things that I do. And this is an adventure because I am not going to lose one person. I am not going to tell one person I have to let them go because of finances. I am not going to do that. And I am not going to do it in a way, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do it in a way that, yeah, I'm bigger than this. I got this. And you know what? The only time that you're going to make a really great decision is if you're in the present moment, connected to your breath and saying, yeah, I got this. I'm bigger than this. No, I'm not doing it. Simple as that. 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I got this. When you start to get scared, if you count backwards, 3, 2, 1, your subconscious won't kick in its BS program and you'll stay in your conscious mind. So the next time you feel scared, you grab your Braveheart Love Band, and if you want, call. They're like 50 cents each. And whenever we send out products, we give you one free. We got different colors. It says 3, 2, 1, I got this, Braveheart. 3, 2, 1, I got this, Braveheart. And we're going to need some Bravehearts. And yes, I know that people are going to be scared. I know people are scared already, but for God's sakes, don't scare the kids. Let's become bravehearts here. You know, they will try to throw you off. And then they'll try to throw you over a cliff. Let's do our questions and understand something. Don't be scared. Connect to your breath. Okay? This is a spiritual war. Are you ready to feed your spirit and to rise and become bigger than this? All right. So send in your questions live right now if you want. Facebook, YouTube, Intercom. First come, first serve. I also put everything on Telegram under Doc of Detox and also BitChute. So if they decide that they don't want to hear me anymore on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else, I'm still going to exist. Okay? Turning Point, it's the biggest online webinar I think the world is ever going to see up until this point, and that's coming this weekend. It's on from the 17th to the 25th, and I'll be doing my lecture in the Pyramid on the 18th, how the game is rigged, but how together we will win. Yes, we will. And like I said, there's 50 seats available. We've given away about 25, I think, so far. And go to turningpoint2020.online and check it out, see what you think. Okay? All right. So tomorrow, guess who I've got? I've got the amazing Dr. Magda Havas. She is one of the top people in 5G today, and she's got a heart of gold, and she's going to tell you straight, and she's come up against government on 5G, so you're dealing with someone that's going to answer your question. She's on at 3 tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday to answer all your questions. So send your questions in today. Send them in tomorrow, and then send them in live on Thursday, and let's do this, okay? And find out why 5G is a weapon of war. So that'll be Thursday, October the 15th for the live Q&A. So let's begin the show. Lori, can I eat avocados with severe stomach issues? Am I lacking an enzyme? Okay, well, first of all, when you're stressed out, you're dumping acid in your stomach all the time, and you're weakening your stomach when there's no food in there, okay? Next thing is, when you eat avocados are like a starch protein. If you have trouble eating avocados, then put some lemon on the avocado. That'll help for digestion. But make sure when you put the avocado in your mouth, Lori, here's the ticket. Eat it alone. Don't mix it with anything else. Don't eat it when you're tired. Okay, so eat it when you feel like you've got energy, because if you feel tired, you're not going to eat a starch protein kind of food. Okay? And don't swallow it until it's a liquid. So what we want to do is we want to drink our solids and chew our liquids. If you did that, you would eat 1/3 the food and have twice the energy. Did you hear what I said? If you drank your solids and you chewed your liquids, because you want to mix enzymes in your liquids, then what would happen is you could eat 1/3 the food and have double the energy. Okay? So it's 11:30 and I've drank all morning, but I haven't had anything to eat. And I'll probably eat, I have my blender drink right here, which I don't know if I'll drink right now. But the reality is that first I ever do anything is 11 o'clock. And then sometimes I'll have a salad, or I'll have soup, or sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes I won't. I'll just keep drinking throughout the day, like my fulvic acid and tummy love and things of that nature. And then I will have a really big salad or something like that for supper. But the reality is this. You don't realize this. Nobody realizes it. Do you chew your food? Yeah, I do. That's all people do. They just how's your bowel movement? Good. That's what people do, because people don't know about their health and they don't want to look stupid. But the reality is we've been educated into stupid. The manual they gave us is broken. I mean, if you're not having 2 to 3 good bowel movements a day, I mean, you're going to want to watch my masterclass, How to Become Number 1 at the Art of Number 2. It's a 6-hour masterclass, and nobody's ever put it together like this. And that's the holy grail of healing. But remember something, Lori, you do not have another set of dentures or teeth in your tummy. So make sure that you really chew things down. The smaller the particle, right, the more the enzymes get to wrap around it and the more digested it is. Don't do it in chunks. Okay? So never eat when you're stressed. Never eat when you're upset. So first, bring yourself back to balance. Bring yourself back to your breath. Okay? Try to wash away that negativity first. Look at, I don't care if you eat organic. Well, I do care that you do because I think it's really great. But you could eat all organic food, and if you have a bad mood, you might as well have eaten GMO. Okay, the invisible creates the physical. Your toxic thoughts rot the food out. It poisons food. Your toxic thoughts poison the food you eat. Your toxic thoughts poison your family. Your toxic thoughts poison your cells. Patricia, hi, how do you help pemphigus foliaceus? Oh boy, whatever this one is. An autoimmune disease that causes itchy blisters to form on the skin. Okay, understand something, guys. This is PEMPHIGUS. I've never seen this one before, and I've been around, okay? And it's FOLIACEUS. So if anybody wants to come on here and go, oh, he's not a doctor, he doesn't even know how to pronounce this. Well, guess what? Then I'm not a doctor. There you go. Happy? Good. The reality is who can keep up with all these Greek names, new drugs, new diseases, and the reality is this is not an autoimmune disease. Yes, the body's attacking itself, but the problem is you've got itchy blisters, okay, because the skin, okay, are you ready for this? The skin is the mirror to your large intestine, and you wouldn't have an itchy blister if you didn't have to create storage sheds for all the pus that's running through your body that is now coming out through your skin because you're one big pustule. Now, I'm not calling you names, Patricia, but the reality is that your large intestine, guys, why do you think that they teach us, and why do you think that they put chemicals and poisons in foods that actually destroy your good bacteria? Why do you think that they overdose everybody on antibiotics? Because they destroy your good bacteria. Okay, why do you think that GMOs destroy your good bacteria? Do I need to keep going here? Why do you think every man-made chemical destroys your bacteria? So here's the deal. Patricia, if you get on the daily cleansing tea, tummy love and black gold, that's the first thing. Get the cork out and drain the waste out. Okay, how could you have toxic waste so bad that it's bubbling up through your skin if you weren't absorbing your own poop? I'm right. I know I am right. I say 98% of all disease. The Royal Society of Medicine says 85. That was back 75 years ago. And I'm telling you right now, 98% of all physical illness on a physical level is created because your large intestine, because everybody poops good. I poop good. I go 2 to 3 good bowel movements every morning. Easy. Comes out easy. Oh, I feel like I got to go. Sit down. Boom. Toilet paper, boom. Okay, I don't need to use a whole roll. I don't need to sit there and be on my phone looking at things for 10 minutes to hope it comes out. I don't have to grunt and groan, okay? So we don't know what good bowel movements are because guess what? We don't poop with everyone. And the reality is your parents never talk about it, maybe a little bit. And the reality is your parents don't even know. They didn't even know what a good bowel movement was. So the itchy blisters, they will stop coming to the surface when you stop absorbing your own waste into your body. Because it says now that your colon is breaking down, your liver's backed up, it's backed up your lymph system. So now the skin has to kick in and start to pus out. There it is. And you have a prolapsed disc. Well, okay, a prolapsed disc. Well, for one thing, let's take a look at it. Here, let me see. Yeah. I got it. Okay, all right. So see my friend Skinny? Okay, all right. So what you've got is you've got vertebrae, and in between every vertebrae, you've got what you call discs. Now, you don't have a prolapsed disc. What you have is, now, what we see is we see L3, L4, L5, okay? All right? These are the ones that everybody says that, oh my gosh, I've got an ulcerative disc. I'm going to have a back surgery. Understand something, everyone. I've got a slip disc. That's all made up. The reality is those discs, which are cartilage, they become inflamed, they become dehydrated, and when they do, they start to thin down. Now, it's not because you've lost the disc, you've dehydrated it. Look, I get a piece of beef jerky this wide, okay, meat, and then I'll dehydrate it down to like that thin. It's the same piece. Now, what happens if I were to take that beef jerky and I could put the breath of life back in, the lymph flow, the blood flow, the energy flow? Well, it would come back to its original, wouldn't it? But it's a dead piece of meat. This isn't dead yet. So if I do Wolfe Non-Surgical and I go in, and it's an elbow technique I put together years ago, and I do that on someone's spine, and we go in there for an hour to an hour and a half and work the spine, that person's spine, they will be 1 inch to 2 inches taller. Did you hear what I just said? So you're not losing bone, you're losing your cartilage between your vertebrae are thinning out. So when they tell you you've got to have an operation, okay, they don't know what they're talking about. I'll sit here right now and I will allow any doctor, any surgeon to want to come on and he wants to debate me logically, I will tell you right now that you come to me and we will restore that spine. Listen, surgery should not be your first option. Okay? All right? So prolapsed disc, everything's such a drama, eh? Everything's such a trauma, like arthritis. I've got arthritis. Yeah, really? That means pain in your joint. I've got colitis. That means pain in inflammation in your colon. Big deal. Okay? Did you ever notice every name almost? I've got fibromyalgia. Yeah, really? That means you've got muscle pain, muscle fiber pain. Big deal. I got polymyalgia. Well, now you got pain in many muscles. Oh my God, we're such drama queens, and we're not. The reality is you've been made to look like you're stupid. This is why I do courses where people want to become practitioners. And I'll tell you something, my practitioners, they're the best practitioners in the world. And I know you might think that that's egotistical, but the reality is I'll put my money where my mouth is. All right? And in 21 days, I will have anybody that comes to my course come up against anybody else out there. Because with my Wolfe non-surgical technique where we use our elbow and we pull scar tissue apart, and when we start using logic with the perfect day diet, and we start using energy medicine, and we start empowering our patients to become their own practitioners, we win. I don't care if you went to school for 10 or 20 years. As far as I'm concerned, the longer you go, the more dangerous you are, the more programmed you are. Let me tell you something. I know mothers that I would send my children to before I'd send them to any doctor, okay? And understand something. Before 1910, before the AMA got its infusion of money from the Rockefellers, okay, there was gardens and everybody was an herbalist and homeopaths, everything like this. You know what? You go ahead. You call me health nut. You call me crazy, and I'll call you ridiculous. Because guess what? You think life is taking drugs and surgery. You think going through a drive-through is normal. And then I'll go, I eat organic. Oh, what a health nut. Oh, God, please. You know what? That's how brain dead you are. Your pineal gland has been calcified. God love you. Right? God love you. But your pineal gland's calcified, right? And anybody who would talk like that, think about it. Think about the family and the friends that talk to you, and they talk to you about silly stuff like this. I've got a slip disc. Yeah, where'd it go? Did it go down his pants? Is it in his sock? Is it in his underwear? There's no such thing as a slip disc. Everything has got to be dramatized. I'm telling you right now that we might have had this year, with all the people that came to us that were booked for surgery, we might have had 1 or 2 people this year go for surgery. Did you hear me? And they were already booked. But the rest of them didn't go. Why didn't they go? Oh, we have people that I'm already booked because I have to get knee replacement. I got to get a hip replacement. Okay. I've got to get a rod in my spine. Okay. Okay, when you're all done, let me tell you something. I didn't promise a cure. I told you that you forgot your body could heal, and all you are is a piece of beef jerky, and they want to cut that beef jerky out, and they want to give you an implant. So you know what? I want you to prove me wrong. Go ahead, try. Go find someone. Get them on my show. Give me a call, 855-900-4544, extension 5. And you know what? I will have them come on my show. And then let's debate this. Let's debate how the body has forgotten how to heal. Let's debate that. Let's debate this. Oh, we've done an x-ray, Mr. Wolfe, and we can see that your hip is bone on bone. No, it's not. The tissue has been calcified, so it doesn't show up in here. And the reality is that the cartilage grows back. The tendons grow back. The ligaments can grow back. Don't you tell me things like this. I've been doing this I've been a practitioner since I was 25 years old. I'm 64. And you know what? Even if I'm as dumb as a stump, I've learned a lot, and I'm logical. And the reality is find me another practitioner who's going to give you a money-back guarantee that you're not going to surgery. So the reality is this. Look, I don't mind. Everybody's got to make a living. And if you go to a surgeon, you want his advice, he's going to tell you, well, we can't do anything yet, but come back in 6 months. We'll keep an eye on it for you. He's not keeping an eye on anything. When it gets bad enough, he's going to do surgery. Look at self-empowerment, self-love, self-care, self-discipline, and self-wellness. Okay? It's all about the self. There's only self-care. There's no such thing as health care. Just self-care. All right? That's all there is. That's all there ever was. And then we lost self-care. Sierra, do you recommend drinking hot water during your meal? No, I don't. I don't recommend drinking any water during the meal. I recommend drinking hot water first thing in the morning and before you go to bed. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. And you can drink hot water throughout the day because it helps to clean out the mucus. And why do we have so much mucus today? Well, because we're so inflamed emotionally and physically because we eat inflammatory foods. We eat toxic foods. I mean, God, people just look at it and say, will it fit in my mouth? That's the one rule. If I could just fit it in my mouth, I'll eat it. You know, there's no thought here. There's no thought. And then think about all the food that you buy that's wrapped up in plastic. Do you know what? Can I have that rope? People are actually being poisoned to death from plastic right now. Anyways, so here's what I was talking about earlier. So if I take this rope and I make a knot in this rope, right? Is it longer or shorter? Okay, well, it's shorter. So that knot is the knot that you feel on your neck. That knot is the knot you feel in your low back that your back's going to give out. That knot is the pain that you have in your hip. That knot is in your knee. That knot is in your ankle. That knot is everywhere. And that's the scar tissue issue from the inflammation because your body sends fibrin to wherever there's too much inflammation to try to protect that area of the body. So now we go in there with Wolfe Non-Surgical and we can untie that knot. Now, guess what? You're going to go to surgery because of that? Are you like kidding me? You're going to let somebody cut into you to get this out, okay, when we could go in there lovingly with Wolfe Non-Surgical, clapping, DMSO, essential oils, proper essential oils for the area, and a perfect day diet, and just heal thyself. Okay. I recommend drinking hot water anytime you want, especially to calm you down. So here's the deal. You ready? So when you want to calm down, it's cold water in the face. Splash cold water in your face. And when you want to calm your nervous system down, you would be drinking warm water to try to soothe you. Okay? All right? Okay, so Hoffer, doctor, what can I do to get rid of NASH? NASH. Definition: liver inflammation and damage caused by a buildup of fat in the liver. You see what I mean, guys? NASH. Are you ready for me? I mean, it's like I can't keep up to all the new words, and don't think I'm going to, because I'm not going to keep up with the medical maze, right? Going to drive you crazy. But here's the deal. Definition: liver inflammation. Well, you can't have liver inflammation unless there's things. Okay, the liver does not like anger and hate. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, can't digest it well. The liver stores it, and so does the gallbladder. Next thing, Inflammation, well, you got an inflammatory diet. Too much sugar, too much alcohol, too much flour products, okay? Too much wheat, okay? That gluten's going to kill you, all right? So there's the real big problem there. And understand something, a fatty liver, okay, guys, think about this. 80% of North Americans are overweight. What does that mean? Well, it means they have too much fat, okay? And 40% are obese. Okay, all right. So that's a lot of fat. So the reality is the body doesn't make fat unless it has so much inflammation and toxins, because it's got to store the inflammation and the toxins because this person is asleep. They don't understand that they have an inflammatory mind and an inflammatory diet. So all that inflammation, would you rather mutation and cancer and die, or a stroke or a heart attack? Which one, guys? Or would you rather to just get bigger? So if you take a look at it, you'll see that where do you get bigger? Well, you get bigger out in front, because most of the problem is you're leaking waste, fecal matter, into your abdomen. So then your body says, we got to make fat cells to store these poop particles and the inflammation that you're creating through being so scared. Because your adrenals are continually dripping. It's not just a drip. If I have a tap and it's just turned on and it's just a drip and I go away for 3 weeks, the whole house could be flooded, for God's sakes. It's not just a drip. So when you're scared, or if you've got 5G hitting you, your adrenals are always on. They're never going to completely come off. And that's why you got to find ways to block the 5G. Not block it, because you can't really block it, but you can what? Nullify it. Because just as you have good thoughts, you have bad thoughts. Good food, bad food. Good frequencies that nullify the bad frequencies. I've already nullified 5G. There's no 5G. You can't pick it up in my place. You can't pick up Wi-Fi in my place. You can't pick up dirty electricity in my place. All right, so that's what we're going to have to learn how to do. You have to protect yourself against these terrorists. They're the terrorists. Okay, so they don't want to listen to us. Why? Well, because they want the population to shrink a lot. Okay, but meanwhile, people aren't shrinking. They're getting bigger, right? Because the bigger you get, the less energy you have, the less immune system you have. So we know that fat cells, whether you're creating it on your abdomen or on your hips, okay, or whether you're creating it in your liver, it's just inflammation. It's just poisons, and it's going, well, we got to have all this fat on the liver, or the liver will become cancerous, or will become cirrhosed. So which one would you want? Fatty liver, or cirrhosis of the liver, or cancer of the liver? Which one do you want? So all of this can be turned around, everyone. And I can tell you right now, if you don't want to come to us, don't come to us. But we charge $150 for a consult. And that means that you're going to get a consult with one of my master consultants. When you fill out the history, it comes to me. I go through it with them. Then we do an hour audio. We send that to you. And then you can call us for a lifetime, and nobody's ever going to go, do you keep calling here? Stop it. Just stop it. Or you're not going to call and go, sorry, if you'd like to leave a message, we'll get back to you. I don't do that either. Okay? So we're going to give you lifetime support, because, look at, trying to get yourself well, or trying to learn how to get well or stay well, it's like learning a new language. And that's why we had to build the protocol like this. You can't go for a consultation. Okay, I got that. That's going to change. Well, no, because your subconscious, 90% of your brain, and it doesn't want to change. So you need someone to keep on supporting you and going, rah, rah. We all need cheerleaders. Sharon, I'm eager to learn as much as I can about the dangers of childhood vaccinations. I'm a soon-to-be la grandma, and I'm scared to death after reading so much about the... Well, see, don't be scared to death. And the reality is, if you're a grandmother, the parents are going to be the ones to decide whether to vaccinate. And if I was going to watch a show, I'd be on watching Highwire with Del Bigtree every week. I'd be going back and looking at all his shows. I would be going into icandecide.org and getting all my information from him, because you don't want it from me, because he's the guy, right? I've got information, but you might as well get it from the real. Yeah, he's the real one. Okay? Any literature, Goodreads, referrals in Pittsburgh area for holistic podiatrist. Hey, listen, first of all, let me just say this. Good luck with finding them, okay? All right? They're the most brainwashed of all doctors, okay? They're the most brainwashed. Good luck. Let me tell you something right now. You do what you want to do. When I say something, it's personal. I never took my kids to a podiatrist ever. Okay? I had a friend. Her name was Dr. Carolyn DeMarco, and we would take our kids to her. She was a holistic doctor, and I would find a holistic doctor. You don't need a baby doctor. You need a human doctor. A human doctor. What does that mean by a human doctor? A doctor that loves all humans. And babies are like adults. We're all the same. We need love. We need proper nourishment. We need proper care. It's all it's called the medical maze. Ronnie, what's your solution to 5G? Okay, I will talk about that, but my solution to 5G right off the bat, I use these. This is called a bodyguard. You can go to my website, go to 5G/energy, okay? Or is it 5G/light? Yeah, 5G/light, okay? And you go to my shop and you'll see them. That's called a bodyguard. This will actually protect you, okay? Approximately about 7 feet out either side, 7 feet down from your feet, 7 feet up, okay? And then this here is called a protector, and it will do 200 feet out each direction, up and down, okay? It looks small, right? But it's called radionics. And then this is called a guardian, and you bury that in your garden, and this will actually do 50 acres, okay? 50 acres. This will actually do a 50-acre building, so it could be a hospital, it could be a church, and this would just sit in the middle of that building, okay? So that'll do 50 acres. Now, I have other things that I use. I'll talk about that later, but they're much more expensive. I would first look at doing this. And the other thing is, listen, the only real water that nullifies 5G and other Wi-Fi frequencies is structured water. And you can read about that in my book, or you can go to my library and click on the structured water guide, and you'll find out that structured water is nature's water, and it can actually hydrate. It hydrates about 1,000% better than any other water. Isn't that something? And there's no filter, there's no plug-in, never breaks down, and we'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee. So what do you want, right? That more than proves that this is supposed to do what it's supposed to do. I mean, you could run 2 ounces of wine through that, put it back into the wine bottle, drink the whole thing, and never have a hangover. But the reality is, just know this, you're always getting a hangover because guess what? You didn't buy organic. Okay, we're so brainwashed. Oh, geez, why would I buy organic? Well, because it tastes better, and because you're not going to poison your liver, okay, and you're not going to cause alcohol poisoning. And it's not alcohol poisoning now, it's chemical poisoning. So you oh my God, I have such a headache, I drank so much. Well, probably not. Probably what you did is you drank too many chemicals, because if you're not drinking organic wine, you're drinking the most toxic, putrid stuff to create disease in your body. So understand that. You know, somebody said to me the other day, wow, you know, we went out the other night and we went to Earl's and we bought their most expensive wine. I have such a hangover. And I said, was it organic? No, but it was expensive. Yeah, there's the illusion, isn't it? There's the illusion. Okay. Oh, there's so much to talk about, isn't there? Okay, Joseph, is it toxic to have much oxygen at the hospital? Who writes these? Can it be fatal if given too much? Can that be a weapon against COVID? I don't even want to go down this road. Okay, guys. All right. I'm not going down this road. Okay. All right. So you know what? The biggest thing I ever do is, for me, is don't end up going to a hospital. Sure, you got to go there for emergency care, but that's all hospitals should be for, is emergency care. And if you continually go to the hospital every time you have a symptom, then you are an emergency. Okay, like you are a total disaster emergency. Oh my God, I have a symptom. Oh really? That's your body telling you that it loves you, and will you just stop poisoning it? No, I won't. Call the doctor, get the ambulance, let's go. And you've been programmed that way. You have to understand something. I know I'm not making fun of you, but you've been programmed, okay? The smallest little thing, okay? Honey, what? Little Jimmy, I think he's got a fever. Should we call the doctor? Yes, we should. We've been programmed to. Let's do it now. Okay, all right. Oh, little Jimmy has a tummy ache. He's had it for a few days. Oh my gosh. Maybe we should go to the doctor and get antibiotics. Yeah, let's not ask him if he's pooped. No, let's don't do that. Oh, it wouldn't be the meat that the dead animal you fed him last night. Oh, it wouldn't be the cheese that corked his butt up and he can't even get it out. He's trying to squeeze it out. Wouldn't be that either. Wouldn't be all the crackers with the gluten in them, would it? No, wouldn't be that. Yeah. You know what? They made it into a mystery. You're not dumb, guys. You're not dumb. They tried to dumb you down. They dumbed you down with the information, and then they dumbed you down getting you to eat poison. Okay? Kathleen, how do I use Lung Restore essential oil? Okay. Well, you would take it and you would rub it. You can do a little bit first, just a couple drops, but you would rub it on your lungs. But here, if you have lung problems, I would see a Wolfe Non-Surgical therapist, and that's using an elbow technique. They will go in and open up your ribs, completely open them up. Get rid of the crystallization, open up your whole solar plex area, and guaranteed before we even put the muscle restore on, the lung restore on, you're going to go, wow, I can breathe like 30-40% more oxygen. Yeah, that's right. And then if we were to teach you, and you were to go to my website, to the library, and you were to click on the clapping for health guide, okay, and you were to start clapping your lungs, why wouldn't you do that? Come on. And if you see any bruising, that's just because that's the disease coming out. And guess what? If you clap your lungs, it's going to loosen up all that phlegm and congestion. What do you think COPD is? COPD is you having a cork up your butt, having bowel problems because you filled up with toxic waste from the bottom up, okay? And now you've got so much inflammation and congestion that the alveoli that are in your lungs are filling up with mucus. So let's just, hold on a second. So, or just use your hand. But, start going in there. And I would tell somebody if they had a lung problem to go see a Wolfe Non-Surgical therapist, open all this up, get rid of the scar tissue from all that inflammation over the years, and then get them to open up the back as well, and then learn how to do the clapping, and then you would rub the lung restore on top. Okay? All right? All right. Luann, I'm having problems sleeping. I've tried sleeping pills, but they stopped working. Yeah. And then you know what? Go take pills for anxiety and then find out that you want to kill yourself. See, guys, you got to understand something. Okay, I'm going to say this one time. You're buying drugs. Except these drugs, you don't have to put a false mustache on and go down on the corner. You get to go get in line. Okay. What can you suggest that I can do? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you something. People who can't sleep are people that have the dripping of their adrenaline continually. I'm so exhausted, I could just feel like I could sleep forever, but I can't shut my eyes. Well, that's because you fried out your nervous system. So I would tell that person to get a perfect day consult. It's $150, and if you believe that we have not fulfilled our obligation with you, then just call up, no questions asked, we'll give you your money back. Because the reality is this, we just know that you're going to be amazed at how much support and how much love you're going to get from us. And that you can turn anything around in your body when you decide to love your body well. And that's the God's truth. Okay? But I will tell you, you can't sleep. Well, let me tell you something. Take a look at your major thoughts throughout the day. Take a look at all the things you put on the back burner that are continually nagging at you and eating away. You know what? You may not believe this, but I'll get on and we'll do a conversation. I'll talk about what I think's going on in the world. And do I emotionally let that affect me? No. I stay connected to my breath, and I'm going to love Daryl. Thank you very much. So if somebody is going and they're just going, I can't take my life. I can't, some people go, I know what you mean. I'm here for you. I'm here. Are you like out of your mind? Okay. That person who's going, I can't take, hey, you say, listen to me. Hey, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. You got this. Okay? We need to get on a new program here where you're the hero, not the victim, where you're not trying to survive. I'm a cancer survivor 3 times. Are you like kidding? Why don't you just be a thriver and get it over with, right? Words matter. Thoughts matter more. Thoughts create things. Thought form creates physical form. And understand something. You can say, oh my God, he has no sympathy for her. I'm going to say, yeah, don't worry. We'll let everybody else, okay, make her feel weak. I'm going to make her feel strong and tell her that we're going to go in and find her authentic self, and she's going to heal herself, and that she's going to take her life back, and she's going to fill her heart up with love. And yes, she's beautiful. Yes, she's a genius. And yes, she has the power to heal. And I'm going to hold the line. And you know what? Do you love my acting? You see how intense I can be? But I'm not upset. And I'm not intense. I'm trying to reach you. I got like an hour to an hour and a half to reach you and tell you that you have been created by God Almighty and you can create the most amazing life if you decide you want to take it back. Do you want it back? Because you didn't know you gave it away, but wait till you see what it's going to feel like when you take it back. How would you like to not be scared anymore? Lighthouse, Dr. D, why do you prefer coffee enema versus distilled lemon water? Oh, as an enema? Well, because I'm out to trigger the liver. I'm out to trigger the liver. And also, I'm not a believer of distilled water. You actually think that distilled water detoxifies. Well, understand something. Structured water detoxifies. Distilled water is man-made water, and it takes so much energy for your body to turn it into structure, and it can't turn into structure in your bum. It's not, if you put it up in your bum, it's not going to be structured water, so it's like a hard water. So the reality is everybody thinks distilled water pulls more toxins out. That's not true either. So if I was actually going to do a different type of enema, I would actually do, okay, you could put the lemon in if you wanted, but I'd use structured water, and I would use Tummy Love, because Tummy Love has humic and it has fulvic in it, and now we're going to draw out the infection, any viral, bacterial, we'll encapsulate that, and we will draw out the acidity, the heavy metals. Okay, that's what I would do before I would just do lemon and distilled water. That was Norman Walker. Norman Walker drank distilled water when he would do, he made distillers really popular, when he would do a fast. But you know what he did? The guy juiced almost his whole life. And then he believed that distilled water, because there was nothing in it, it would absorb more toxins coming out. That's not true. It's not true. Rory, would it be safe doing a fast as a type 2 diabetic on insulin? Well, first I would say this. Why do we jump into it? Why don't we just do this? Why don't we just start doing the perfect day diet for a while? Then with intermittent fasting, where we do the perfect day diet and we don't eat until 11. And then we'll go to 12. Then we'll go to 1. Then we'll go to 2. Then we'll go to 3. And then we'll even do a 24-hour fast. And if you went into it like that, you wouldn't shock your body into a detox, because guess what? If you're a type 2 diabetic on insulin, then we know you're super toxic. Okay? So the more toxic you are, the more gentle we want to go into it. But I don't believe, look at type 2 diabetes can be turned around. That's that. That's all I'm going to say. You can be turned around. Okay, understand something. But there's no money in turning you around, okay? Once you turn around, then guess what? The only money you're going to give is to the farmer, all right? And corporations don't like that. And even practitioners don't like that. But I like that because I know I don't have fear. We're not going to run out of sick people anytime soon, okay? All right? So the reality is, go do the perfect day, intermittent fasting, then try a 1-day fast, then try a 2-day fast, right? And why not do this? Don't do a water fast, but then try a 1-day fast by doing maybe some carrot juice with a little bit of apple in it and a little bit of apple juice for flavor. And then maybe just do that for 1 day, just carrot juice and apple juice, a little bit of apple juice for flavor if you want. and then do 2 days, and then do 3 days. And eventually you can do water fasting. And eventually you wouldn't be a type 2 diabetic. That's what that would be. Go to my library, take a look at the 6-day advanced water fasting guide, and you can look at that. But you might want to get a consult from one of my master consultants, and they'll guide you the whole way through. So they'll get you started on the perfect day, intermittent fasting, and then as you change, they'll change with you. They'll keep changing the program until, guess what? I'm going to buy my shoes. I'm going to put them on, see how they feel. Then I'm going to walk in them. Then I'll jog in them. And then I'll maybe do a marathon. But that's not until down the road. So just have common sense here. That's all I want. Lori, I have had COVID, you've had a cold. Okay, you had a cold. You had a cold. You had a cold. Did you get that? You had a cold. Okay, I've had a cold, so was prescribed steroids and finally hospitalized. Yeah, and if we take a look, Lori, at what's been going on in your life emotionally and your diet, that adds up to a cold. And being hospitalized is when we, become so fearful and we do not have faith in our own healing. And that's okay. I can tell by my tongue that I am filled with candida. Well, fungus, yeah. So when you vibrate low enough, or when you take any type of drugs vibrate below zero, so they turn on the what I call the death vibe, and that turns on yeast, makes yeast into candida fungus, and then it drills holes through your intestines, and then you get to be a screen door in a submarine and start leaking waste into your whole body. Can you suggest a protocol to clear up this? Yeah. Let me tell you, you need a support team. Go get a perfect day consult. You know, it's like this. Hey, doctor, I've got this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, this symptom. Oh, here you go. Okay, just take this prescription and then we'll see how that works. That's it. How's that working for you? Okay, Dr. Wolfe, I have this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, this symptom. Okay, well, first thing we got to do is we got to really focus on that large intestine. So what's coming out the back door, what's going in the front door, and what's in your mind. Okay, how do you believe, what ability do you believe you have in healing yourself? How much do you love and care for yourself? Can you actually say no to someone? Can you say yes to you? Can you actually get through a whole day with connecting to your breath and making loving decisions for yourself and picking foods that are going to vibrationally bring you up? Can you look at something and it be poison and put it down? Can somebody say to you, hey, we're going to eat this, and you know it's a poison and you can say no? Well, that's where we might want to start. Okay, let me tell you, if you're not willing to change parts of your personality, you'll never change parts of your reality. So just get ready, because you're going to stay on the drug pain train for the rest of your life. Because understand something, until you love and honor and respect your body's going to create pain and inflammation. Did you get that? So if you don't want to love and respect and honor your body and take the driver's seat on what's going on with this beautiful vehicle, then you are going to be hooked on drugs for the rest of your life. And I don't blame you, because who can handle pain? I'd want to kill myself. So instead of killing myself, I'll just take these drugs and numb myself out. It's all just a choice, isn't it? Okay. Can you suggest a protocol to clear this up? Yeah, I'd get a perfect day consult. And if you don't want to come to one of my consultants, then find someone that you want to go to, because everybody needs a coach. Oh my God, Dr. Wolfe, I just want to talk to you for 1 minute, and then I want you to give me the amazing answer so that I can just go on with my life. But please, don't tell me that I have to change anything. Okay. Well, no, wait a minute. You're talking about real health, right? You're not talking about going to a medical doctor where you don't have to change anything. In most cases, you just have to buy this magic pill. Marika, hi doc, I have Hashimoto's, which means that she has terrorized herself right through the roof. You don't get Hashimoto's unless you terrorize yourself. Hashimoto's, high blood pressure. Well, there you go, terrorism, okay? I'm 54, overweight, help. Okay, so the overweight, well, you got to have the fat cells to store the inflammation and the toxins. We talked about that. But we need to get the cork out. And then we need to do this. We need to support your thyroid, yes. But we need to make sure you don't have high blood pressure unless you have blocks throughout your body like dams. Because your heart's going, get this through. Come on. We got to move this quicker. We need oxygen to those cells. Stat. So the pressure's got to come up. So let's get rid of the beaver dams, okay, inside your bloodstream, inside your digestive tract, or even the arthritis in your joints that are stopping proper flow. Let's get rid of this stuff and reverse it. That's how you do it. So again, perfect day, guys. Don't know what to say. If you don't like the perfect day, you think I sold you something you don't like, just ask for your money back. Some people actually have asked for their money back when they've actually given my people a 5-star rating, but we still gave it because we knew they must have needed it to feed themselves. Who knows? Aaron, where do the preservatives go when eaten in food, and how bad are they for you? Understand this. All toxins from Mother Nature can be detoxified easily. All man-made toxins do not detoxify easily. And that's why we use energy medicine here. You've got to bring up the vibration. So we use Bioptron, we use Avicin, we use Sentient Element, we use structured water, we use fasting, advanced water fasting. These are things that are really going to help. Okay? All right? So, yeah. The reality is, if you think that you're going to eat the average good diet and get rid of any man-made chemicals out of your body, good luck. Okay? Because your body doesn't know what to do with man-made chemicals. Oh, what did I just say? Your body doesn't know what to do with drugs. Okay, so yeah, it disconnects the pain, the inflammation. You don't feel it, but it doesn't know how to get rid of the drug residue, so you're storing it. Right. Yeah, we know how to do that. But if you want, again, get a consult, because I need to take a look at who this person is. You know what? You may not believe this, but every one of my master consultants, they're trained by me. They're trained to see what condition you're in before the condition you have. Because the condition you're in is the reason why the condition you have. It's not that we're not going to work on the condition that you have, but we need to start looking at this, because this drives it all. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Hi, Dr. Wolfe. Can you tell me what you believe causes benign brain tumors and how we can shrink them with no surgery? When it comes to brain tumors, I'm going to tell you what I would do if I have a certain situation. Okay. I would be on Merigen. I'd be on Merigen 4 to 5 times a day. And I would also be looking at fasting if I wasn't way under my weight and my immune system wasn't totally crashed. And I would also look at advanced water fasting. Because what the body does, if you can bring the vibration up, but you can turn the digestive tract off, the body will go in and cause what we call autophagy, where it goes in and eats tumors, fibroids, scar tissue, demented and sick cells. And it will also create stem cells for you, okay? But that's what Merigen does too, is it creates stem cells throughout the body. And then what else can we do? Well, there are lots of other things. There's energy medicine that I would use. I don't want to get into it, but we have a device that a person just has to sit in the same room. And it's a scalar device. And it creates, it's called a photonic fountain. And photons heal. That's why, the sun is a healer, because of the frequencies and the photons. And it's the photons that are trapped in your fresh and raw foods that you're after. But that's why energy medicine is so amazing. And that's why, guess what? The most powerful thing in energy medicine is your spirit. That's right. your invisible energy flow. So how are you nourishing that? How are you feeding that? Okay. So brain tumors, yeah, I know people that have totally shrunk their brain tumors. I know people that have gone back and they keep on getting the tumor cut out. And I can tell you, you can see that their personality is creating their reality. Okay. You got to become high vibrational and understand this. There is never a condition or a disease in the body without severe inflammation in the brain. Did you get that? Did you notice that if you're not drinking enough water, first thing is you get a little dull. Oh, where'd I put my keys? Oh, I can't. What'd I do? Oh, I can't. Well, that's because the first thing that gets dehydrated is your brain. Now, every time that you terrorize yourself or someone terrorizes you, your brain gets inflamed. When you have a thought that is built in love, self-love, your brain inflammation comes right down. And that's when you create things. When you have negativity around you, like this COVID, it's going to take so many lives, and they know that. They know that. You know what? When this is all over, this next COVID, I'll be here to help put the pieces together for people. There'll be so many people that will be in pieces. What do you do when the leader of a family it freaks out all the time? There's got to be one brave heart person in every family, or the family is going to go, they're going to burn right up with this next COVID. Have you decided what you're going to do? Do you have an exercise program? Do you have enough food stored? Do you have enough stuff going on? What if they do this till April? Somebody said they could. You know, what if they started this in November? Best case scenario is 3 months. You got a plan? Don't freak out. This is an adventure. This is a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure for the whole family when you understand the rules. And that is that you love and honor and respect yourself and say, hey, what are you going to do? What part are you going to play? What am I going to do? Oh, God, I hope this doesn't happen. Well, you can say that all you want. You know, the reality is that chances are it's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, there's a miracle. Because the reality is this, if you had 20% of the population saying no, it wouldn't happen. We don't have 20% speaking up. Okay? Oh, because then they'd have to act crazy like me, and then they'd have to be judged by their family and say, oh my God, be quiet, please. Don't do that. Don't speak up. What if they come to our house? What if they lock us in those containment centers? That's right. Let's all just be quiet. Shh. Maybe they won't know we're here. Okay. Melissa, any suggestions for hypothyroidism? I'm almost 40. Everybody, so hypo just means that her thyroid is like, you know, that you ever see the movies where the guy's in a cart and he's got a horse and the horse is old and broken down and he's whipping it and it can't even move. It's just like, well, that's only because her diet, her emotional diet and her physical diet, food-wise, doesn't support a healthy thyroid. So the reality is most of the time, Melissa, somebody like in this situation is overweight, okay? My youngest child is almost 5. This is a recent diagnosis. My thyroid was checked and I was fine a year ago. Well, the reality is, here's how it goes, okay? They don't look for any symptoms except, oh, look, you're fine tomorrow. Oh, no, you're not. Because what does the medical system look for? Disease. Well, what's between healthy and disease? Well, only a ton of symptoms. So when you go to a natural person, they go, well, look at all these symptoms. These are all telling you that your thyroid's in trouble. When with the medical system, they work from death backwards. So they look for disease. If you haven't got a disease, well, can't do anything yet, but don't worry, you're on the right track. That's why they don't tell you how to eat. They don't tell you about detox. They don't tell you about how to think. Well, do they? I would get a consult. Again, I'm saying it, guys. You don't have to get it from us, but get a coach. You know what? Until you know how to fly the plane, until you know how to fly the plane, you're going to have a coach, aren't you? Right? Until you know how to drive the car, you're going to have a coach, aren't you? Because guess what? It could be a life-threatening situation if you don't know how to drive. Well, if you don't know how to drive your vehicle, your vehicle, which is your temple, which is your body, then you're going to drive it into the ground. So you got to find a coach that's going to hold the line for you and lovingly be patient with you, but push you, lovingly push you, but tell you to have patience for yourself because it's a new language. Hi, doctor. What is the best way to protect my house and my family from 5G and all other radiations? Well, there's lots of things you can do, but like I already said, you can get yourself one of these. You can take a look at this on my shop. They're called bodyguards. Just go to 5G/energy or light. No, 5G/light. Okay, go to my shop. You'll see I've got one of them. And then we've got what's called protectors for the home. And then we've got one for the garden to actually increase your garden, help to protect it, help it to grow more. We have another one that's, this one here is for, like I already told you, is like for a 50-acre building, which is pretty large. I'm going to be having Peter Webb on next week. And so if you want, you can watch that show. Okay, and we're going to be doing a Q&A, answering some questions. So if you've got questions about 5G, if they're for Magda, which is tomorrow, or Peter next week, I'll divide them up. But this is what we use, okay? Shiloh, have you heard of zeolite? Yes, it doesn't work. It does not work as well. Everybody's starting to hear it now. But zeolite does not work as well as fulvic does. How's that? Fulvic's way better. I was using zeolite back when I was 24, when I opened up my first clinic. Okay? I didn't know anything about fulvic and humic. All right? It's way better. And it is. Go look at the science of both of them. Apparently it is a moral spray and removes heavy metals. What are your thoughts? Well, it does, but it doesn't do it as well as the fulvic does. Okay? Check our fulvic, our black gold. And like this is it here. Check our black gold for intestinal. Okay? And then check our then check our fulvic. Okay? And Tummy Love has fulvic and humic in it. This is the combination I like the best. So I put Tummy Love in everything I drink. Every 16 ounces, I put in 1 teaspoon. So why would I do that? Well, I'm getting 75% fulvic and 25% humic. So that's the perfect combination for my good bacteria, but also for pulling out heavy metals and capturing viral, bacterial, fungal, things that shouldn't be there. So what it does, it puts a coating around it and carries it out. And then what the fulvic does, it picks up the heavy metal, the acidity, and carries it out. There's no symptoms because it locks it down. Okay? It's not like you tried to rope the bull and try to pull him out. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. Where are we? Can someone with hypertension drink the hot water with salt? Well, you know what? Yes, you can drink the hot water. And if you're going to do salt, why don't you do a little pinch and drink it and go, oh, how do I feel? And believe it or not, if you started off really gradually with just a little pinch and then you worked your way up, it would actually help to bring the hypertension down. Isn't that crazy? Oh, come on. If you went and did like around a teaspoon of Himalayan salt and you're already corked up in your bowels and you're already have cholesterol problems in your blood, then of course, it's too much energy and too much pressure. So it's going to feel like, so just start off gradually. Just give yourself a loving push, but be patient and just start off with a little bit and then a little bit more Himalayan salt or a little bit more sea salt or real salt, whatever you like the best, and just start off gradually. And if you want to take a look at that, we talk about that in the 6-day advanced water fasting guide in the library. Lisa, hey, wondering when I want to use your structured water units, do we need a filter system first? Well, no matter what water you have, you should always structure it, okay? And yeah, you can run it through a filtering system. You can run it through a Kangen water system. You can run it through a Berkey. You can run it through any filter system that you want. You could have distilled water, which is dead water, reverse osmosis, which is dead. You can't hydrate from it. But once you pour those waters through your structure unit, you bring them back to life. You got 90 days to return it if you don't like it. Yolanda, my grandson is 5 years old and is 100 pounds. What can be done to help him? Well, it's usually the grandmother calling and going, please help me. My son won't listen. My daughter won't listen. They keep on feeding him dairy, cheese, yogurt, processed cereals, bread. The kid's 5 years old, probably eats meat every day. He can't digest it. He's putrefying. He's 100 pounds because the kid's retaining water and he's constipated. The reality is, Grandma, he comes to visit you and you love the heck out of him. But the reality is, Grandma, why don't you get them, here, hold that, look at, why don't you give them this? Because, guys, you can get my book for free. It's called Healthy to 100. And I'll tell you, once you read this, you're never going back. Because an 8-year-old can take this book, and when they're done, they can come up against any health practitioner. Because it's all about logic and common sense. Did you know that that's what healing is? Logic and common sense. But there's no common sense and logic in healing anymore or in the health system, is there? Hardly. So there's your logic. There's your common sense. All right? So any child that's 100 pounds, do you remember when they used to say it was a hormonal problem being overweight? Okay, it was a genetic thing, and now we know it's not. Now what are we going to do? What story are we going to make up now? Well, when you've got a child that's 100 pounds, you got two parents that they eat a certain way, and they're not alert to the fact that they look the same or they're bigger maybe, or they're just okay with it, or their metabolism can handle those inflamed foods. Because you got to understand something. If somebody eats gluten, okay, which they put in everything because they're trying to poison the crap out of everyone, because if they don't poison you, you're not buying the drugs, are you? But that's why they put gluten in everything. So just because you can eat gluten and you don't feel anything, you still have the inflammation, you're still getting the damage. The person that has a gluten intolerance is more awake, and their body has more, they're the canary in the coal mine and going, hey, poison. And then the person goes, oh, wow, I don't know, I can eat anything, man. Then I just burp and fart. Well, yeah. And you'll be the guy that wakes up with a tumor the size of a cantaloupe. Okay. Hi, doctor. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, got that. Okay. I don't want any more questions because we're going to have to wrap it up here, everyone. And then I will not be doing a Q&A next week. And I'll let you know. I might do one the following week, but I'll let everybody know next week. I might be not doing any Q&As. This Sunday, we're lecturing to 2.5 million people online with my lecture. The following week, it'll be, they say, 500,000. And also, right now, Sean and I are working on what, Sean? Like 3 master classes, aren't we? Trying to stage these things and shoot them properly. When I get done, it might take us till spring, being logical. We will have 6 master classes up in our portal. And just so you know, anybody who has hesitated not to do my Braveheart or A to Z Wellness, Wolfe Non-Surgical, to find out why you get operated on, why you have scar tissues, why you're limping, okay? and you haven't taken a look at those master classes or how to become number one at the art of number two, as of January, they will no longer be free. Okay? We will be putting more master classes in there. Okay? Because with these master classes, we're going to be giving a lot of extra training with these. Believe it or not, I wanted to do this, and my marketing team and everybody said I was crazy, and I just said, I want to do it for a while. And that people won't appreciate my work. And the reality is I'm finally realizing that, okay? We put these master classes up, and then whenever I put them on, people, they buy them, and more people are opting in. So the reality is I'm going to be handing all my master classes over, because they are master classes. You'll see. If you took these master classes, you'd be going, yeah, now I get it. I'm putting it in the hands of professional people, and because everybody says, to stop giving away so much because people don't appreciate you. And I'm actually starting to believe that. Okay? I'm a little slow. All right? Which one of your EMF products is good for 5,000 square foot house? Believe it or not, this is. Pretty small, eh? Yep. But this is, okay? It's called a protector. Okay? And when you go out running around, look at a bodyguard. All right? Heather, how long does it take to get your system cleaned out and start to see results like clear skin and feeling more energetic? I'm on cleansing tea, tummy love, black gold. That's great. Get the cork out. It's going to help your whole digestive tract from your mouth to your rectum. Heather, how much do you think you fill your heart up every day? 5%, 10%, 15%? So that means you leave everybody else 85% to do it? Well, that means you have an 85% chance of hurting yourself today. So the deal is on this planet, okay, all right, let me tell you something. Do you see the people that are very successful with their life? They hold the line for themselves, don't they? Do you know that healthy people hold the line for themselves? That's why they're healthy. Do you know that people who believe in themselves, that's why they're wealthy, because they believe they can be? People that are healthy believe they can be, and they will hold the line. If somebody says something, they're not going to go, oh, I just want you to be my friend and fill up my heart, so I'm just going to agree with you. They're going to go, no, this is I would make a list when you're clear of mind on what you want out of your life and what it's going to take to get that, and then carry that around with you. And don't break the contract. Don't break the contract. That's the contract of love. So how long is it going to take? That's the part, right? I'm going to tell you that the black gold and the daily cleansing tea and tummy love, everybody should be doing it every day. And you're going to feel so much better. Flush the pounds, lighten the load kind of thing. You'll be able to think better. But the reality is still you got to work on your mind. You got to retrain your brain. Okay? I'm a genius. I can heal myself. Okay? I'm a lovely person. Okay? You've got to let all guilt go. No guilt. No matter what religion you have, what belief you have, you got to let guilt go. You know what the deal in life for me is this with my kids? What did you learn from that? Well, Dad, I learned this. Okay. Do you think you want to do it again? No. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Hopefully you did learn. Okay. All right. I'm not going to hold it over their head. I'm not going to give them guilt. This is not a justice society. It's a guilt society. I mean, God, parents raise their children with guilt. You can't do that. And it doesn't matter what they do. If they lie to you, well, children have to lie to you or they don't develop their brain. Bet you didn't know that. Too bad your doctor didn't tell you that your kids, up until the age of like around 9, 10, they're going to lie their butts off because that's part of their imagination. And then guess what? What do? We kill their imaginations, don't we? And we don't even have any imagination. Oh my God. Just think if Sean didn't have any imagination, my videos would suck. The day that you get your imagination back is the day that you change that kitty litter into a sandbox again. Because you need to release that little child from within. And you need to play. And you need to leave smiles everywhere. Yeah, I got this. Remember when you used to say, I'm going to be this hero or that hero? Well, why don't you be that hero? Okay. Gary, hi, Doc. Got bucked off to a horse 10 years ago. Legs very numb and sore. What can I do? It's 10 years old, Gary. You give me a phone call here. My extension is 5. You get your butt here. Hopefully, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife? Do you have a brother? Do you have a sister? Do you have someone who loves you that lives near you? You come here, take the 5-day personal treatment and training, right? And guess what? When you're here, how about this? Would it be enough for us to turn it around by 80, 90%? And then when you go home, you could do the other 10%? Well, that's what we'll do for you. How's that? Or you can just keep on limping, be in pain, and then eventually take drugs and then go to surgery. Or you can take and become the master of your life and get yourself back. The difference between you, Gary, and me is you're full of scar tissue and crystallization and calcification in your low back and in your hips. And I'll tell you, you give us 4 hours on your back and your hips, and we'll do what no other therapists have done. There is nobody like us. We use an elbow technique where we go in and we do cross fiber, and okay, first of all, here's what your fiber should look like. So the blood flow, lymph flow can go through and keep it all healthy. Then it gets contracted because it's inflamed and it's beef jerky. Then it goes into a knot like this. And then when you get tired or move the wrong way, you feel like your back's going to give out. That's the same thing with your discs. That's the same thing with your vertebrae. Oh, your ankles, your toes, your knees, your neck. What do you want to talk about? It's the same thing everywhere. Look, if you go and you want to take a look at my library, the A to Z, okay, wellness guide, and go in and take a look at the A to Z masterclass, the Wolfe Non-Surgical work, and then tell me you're not blown away and that you haven't been fooled. Okay. McCone. Also, you know what, Gary? Take a look at our do-it-yourself video in the library, the pelvic activation squats, the pelvic enhancer, but you're going to need a Wolfe Non-Surgical therapist. And if you want, Gary, I'll send a master trainer to you, and you don't even have to come to us. They'll come to you for 5 days. They'll show you that you're going to get your body totally back. How's that? And they're going to show you how to do this technique on your family, okay, so that they don't have to limp around and believe that they need to be victims and get a cane, walker, wheelchair. Take a look at my personal treatment and training guide in my library. And one of our trainers just got back from 6 weeks on the road. He went and certified 2 clinics. That's right. And then he went and did 3 other families, and he taught a whole family of 5. He taught 2 couples how to do the Wolfe Non-Surgical and how to have the perfect day. Right. That's what you call empowerment. When are you going to take your life back? I can't help but think, McCone, I can't help but think about suicide. Too much for me. How can I stop these feelings? Well, you're not going to think about that unless you have despair and desperation, okay? And what you've done is you've had the same thoughts long enough and strong enough that they've now become the most prominent thoughts. Do you actually believe that people will actually kill themselves? And it's not because there was nothing to live for, but they had the same thought too often, and it became the prominent thought, and the prominent thought is almost your only thought. So if it's your only thought and it's the only thing left, then what else do you do but kill yourself? So all we got to do is we got to go in and we got to retrain the brain. So we got to show you that, you know what, there's so much more. See, you are limited only by your beliefs. That's why I have no limitation. I'm not saying I can fly. I'm going to leave here and go fly to Japan in a few minutes. That's not what I said, okay, because I felt somebody going, oh, yeah, right, whatever. But the thing is I don't limit myself. I know that tomorrow I want to be able to do more. I want to be able to love more. I want to be able to create more. I want to be able to save more. Do you understand? I want to be at the end of the day, not feel like I'm burnt out, because if I feel like I'm burnt out, then I must have done it mentally. Because no matter what goes on throughout the day, hard work has not hurt anyone. Okay? Okay? Toxic thoughts kill. Oh, they even cause suicide, don't they? Why do you think that the actual suicide, okay, statistic for teenagers is up 2.5 times to 10 times, depending where you go in the country, since COVID? I'll tell you why. Because adults. It's not the kids running the country. It's adults running the country. Okay? And they don't believe they have a country. Mina, hi. I was wondering, do you have any idea how safe it is here in Finland to examine if someone might have cancer? I don't know what that means. I may be too suspicious about the equipment and what those people do. My mom has a lump in her arm, but we are hoping, well, if she has a lump in her arm, it's probably a lymph node, okay? And the reality is guess what? I'll tell you right now, a lot of people will go to the doctor with just a swollen lymph node, and they're doing a biopsy. And the other thing is you cut into a lymph node, you're going to spread things. Okay, I'm not telling you not to do this, guys, but nobody's doing that to me. Nobody's doing that to any of my family. And I'll understand something. In your arm, you're going to get swollen lymph nodes, okay, when you are really toxic. Okay, if you feel under your arm and it feels like there's fat under your arm, then guess what? That means that you are so toxic, because there's no fat in your armpit. That's just toxins, right? And whenever I get a swollen lymph node, I'll pat it and clap it, and it's gone, you know, whether it's behind my ankle, whether it's at my neck. Every woman in the world should not be wearing a bra, you know, especially with wire in it. And every woman should be doing this for, just 3 minutes to 5 minutes every day. And clapping is the most beautiful thing. And if it actually showed bruising or any green or brown spots, that's all the contaminated tissue, getting rid of its contamination, coming to the surface. Go take a look at clapping for health, and you'll see that in my library in the guide, okay? Anyways, my mom has a lump in her arm, and we are hoping it's just fat. There you go. It has decreased already. Should we focus on healthier lifestyle, or how could it be checked? Now, listen, I want to say something. Mina, everybody, I want you to get this. I want you to think about this. Mina is a genius, but we can all be programmed. Mina says, should we focus on a healthier lifestyle? Okay, ready for this? Here's my sarcasm. No, Mina, don't focus on a healthier lifestyle. Focus on a toxic one. So it's a toxic lifestyle that caused this. So the healthy lifestyle is going to reverse it. Remember something. Whether you're talking about a pimple, a fibroid, a tumor, a cyst, you created it and you can uncreate it. Okay? Thought form creates physical form. They don't want you to know this, guys. Let me tell you something. These elite have been running this world forever. They can, okay, did you know, I have one more question left and we're done. Did you know that back 1986, don't beat me up, I know I'm close, or right on, 1986 up until that point, you could only own eight, okay, so that's 8 news stations. They changed the law. Then you can own 38 news stations after 1986. And that's why only 4 corporations own all the information. And that's why when you watch those videos, you'll see that all of these news stations, are you ready for this? And hundreds of them are saying the exact same sentence, right? Exact same sentence, because it's all just spewed right out around the world. And understand, there is no truth today that exists outside. There is no truth that exists on TV. no truth in the newspaper. There is no truth when it's owned by a corporation. There is no truth. And I'm sorry that you're scared. I'm sorry that you feel that your life is being threatened, but you're the one that's doing it. The same reason why you can't give up the donuts, you can't give up the alcohol, you can't give up the fearful thoughts, because guess what? Do you know how you get high? You get adrenaline rush. I don't want an adrenaline rush. I want a dopamine rush, a serotonin rush, an endorphins rush. You want a rush. You know what? There's not one person in the family that's a terrorist. Almost the whole family is. Hey, did you hear? Did you hear? What did you hear? Oh my God, yeah. Did you hear that? Yeah, they fell off and then yeah, and then oh my God, really? Yeah. Do you know what you just did? Yeah, you can't sleep tonight? Well, guess what? You're the boogeyman. That stuff doesn't go down on my watch. Where does foot fungus come from? Well, let me just say this. Let me see. Seeing that I'm not a very intelligent person, I'll just say the colon and probably be right. You see, it's like this, okay? They have made us into unintelligent people, okay? But we are intelligent. They've really just made all our thoughts so toxic. Always look to the large intestine. Let me tell you something. You can't have fungus unless you've taken in lots of drugs. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, and lots of antibiotics and drugs. And, but I haven't done that. Oh, really? You don't eat yogurt? Oh, you don't do cheese? Oh, you don't do dairy? Oh, you don't do animal products? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so understand that. And understand that every time that you get depressed and you bring your vibration down, okay, remember something. The environment dictates what lives there. Okay, so what came first, the swamp or the mosquito? Well, the swamp did, Daryl. Well, where'd the mosquito go? Come. Oh, I see. So when the swamp, when that little pond became a swamp, a notice went out around the world and told all the mosquitoes to come to the swamp. Are you guys crazy? The reality is that the mosquito was always there. You just didn't give it the environment to come to life. You could have a bowl of fruit in your house, and if that bowl of fruit goes bad, you got all these little fruit flies. Where'd they come from? They were already in the fruit, except that the fruit didn't create an environment to give them life. Where did I get these worms from? Where did I get this fungus from? Where did I get these viruses from? Where did I get this bacteria from? Well, guess what? Environment dictates everything. So you can change your environment and you'll get good bacteria, and then go out and party and drink a lot of alcohol, and the next day you'll have cramps, you'll have gas, you'll have bloating, maybe you're throwing up. Well, what do you think this is? You change the environment, and that changes who lives there. So it's not quite like this, guys. But you know what? 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease. Holy crap. Well, yeah, wouldn't that be nice to have a holy crap? They need a crap. So the reality is guess what? They are bug infested. Why are they bug infested? Because they have their own putrefactive manure pile inside their body, and now we've got a parasite party. You know, if they tested me today and said, oh, you got COVID, well, I know they're lying because the test doesn't work well, and that's just a cold or a flu, and I mean, the whole thing is just crazy. So eventually what they want to do is they're just collecting everybody's DNA. I mean, wow. I remember so many people saying all the time that, human beings are the smartest species in the universe. Have you heard that? Have you heard that before, Sean?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Have you heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really. Well, if we're the smartest species in the universe, I am going to go and pray for the universe today. Okay, listen, I want to thank everybody for joining me. I'm on with Magda Havas tomorrow, and then on Thursday, we're going to be answering questions. And when I go on with Magda Havas, all right, it's all about 5G, guys. And she's such a sweet person. What a beautiful soul. Oh, my God. Anyways, you're going to love her, okay? All right? You'll probably love her a lot more than you love me right about now. But the reality is this, is that we need some reality, okay? We need common sense as well, and we need to be deep thinkers. Think about things, will you please? Don't react. Think about things, please. All right? Okay, so, and remember what I told you, if you ever want to really bring it all together, have one of our master trainers come to you for 5 days. We'll teach you how to do Wolfe Non-Surgical. We'll teach you how to do the perfect day. We'll show you how you can become the practitioner that your family's been looking for. And guess what? Come, take my certification, whole life coach certification, in person, 8 days. Wow, there's a scary thought to actually be in a room with me for 8 days. Wow. Okay, we provide all the drugs free. I'm kidding. So, but the reality is the day that you actually know how to master your mind, and that you are such a beautiful soul. And as soon as you dive inside yourself, you're going to go, what took me so long? You know what? Everybody made me feel that if I went inside myself and really took a look, then that would be the end of my life. And it's only the beginning of your life. All right. So I've got courses coming up in January, January the 18th, if anybody's interested. Okay. And, actually, January the 9th. Okay, that's the next time we have courses available. And then we will be in Texas. We will be in Florida. And who knows with California. But the reality is when all this stuff calms down. Okay? And you know what? I'm just going to let it play out. You know what I mean? It's like this. We're in the river. The river's going to flow. And you know what? You need to get in your flow. All right? So if you're interested in consultations, go to docofdetox.com. Go to the top, click on consultations, everyone. Also, if you want my book, I already told you, you just pay the shipping. Don't forget, everyone, every Monday, except for next Monday, I won't be doing it. And maybe the following Monday, there'll be no Q&As. We got a lot of work to do, eh, Sean?
Yes, we do.
Yep. And Sean read the Riot Act to me. So, believe it or not, guys, I need staff to help me too, because I don't see things. And they tell me, okay, slow down. Let's just do this project properly. Don't get overexcited, Daryl. So, we all got stuff that we're working on. They're trying to keep me calm and just quit coming up with more stuff, right? Right, buddy?
No, not like that at all.
Oh, no.
We love it.
Okay. So don't forget, everyone, I'll either be back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, okay? And when you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe below and make sure you click on the bell, ding, to enable notifications so that you never miss a show. All our shows are time-stamped, okay? And they go up into YouTube's time-stamped. So if you ever want to look for a question or a topic with someone that I interviewed, you can do that, okay? And all our shows, you can download the audios onto your phone if you want and really get your learning going. If you want to download like master classes or things like that, let's get going here. You know what? If you were to put an hour into it every day, okay, and you were to do that for like, let's say 3 months, you did an hour of research, you'll be your practitioner. You'll be smarter than the guy you're going to. Okay, that wouldn't be hard. Okay, so if you want, you can download from iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. God bless. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget, 3, 2, 1, we got this. Okay, all right, the game's rigged, but together we can win it. God bless. Welcome to the Summerhill Pyramid. This fused frame pyramid, with its absolute precision and its alignment, is perhaps second only to the Great Pyramid. To go within, take a few moments to close your eyes and let go of all thoughts and be the receiver. Steve Seitz. So there it is. Steve Seitz, owner of Summerhill Winery, okay, doesn't just have the best organic wine in the world. He created a pyramid so to ferment that wine and to bring the best out of it. So I want you to join me up these stairs where I will bring the best out of you, because guess what? This is the turning point. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.